All right, we should be live. Give it a few minutes for people to mosey their way in here. We're going to be running the card that we booked yesterday. 10 matches. I added a couple of matches because my Road to Galacticon cards came in, and I wanted to include Nikita Breznikov in some way, so I added I believe it is Nikolai Volkov with Nikita Breznikov as his manager, and he is facing, I think I did Mr. Saito with Mr. Fuji as his manager, and then it felt weird to have 9 matches, so I added another match. I think I added a women's match, and I think it was Vivian Vachon versus somebody else. Man, Vivian Vachon with Luna Vachon versus, I'm trying to remember who. It might be Wendy Richter. I can't remember. We'll see when I get in there. Billy Roberts is here. Hexstar, 2 people who know him from the board. No problem. Yeah, we just booked the card and made the flyer yesterday. It wasn't super exciting, but it was something. Let's get into the event here. Load event. For those of you who don't know, Hexstar does the documentation of the program. We have, when hopefully this thing goes live, he has done a great job documenting it, so we'll have like a 90-page almost documentation of how to use the program. So you can't really go wrong there. I've made more work for him by including an edit match button, which he'll have to throw in, which wasn't there yesterday. But yeah, I decided I wanted to be able to edit the matches after I've made them. So Vivian Vachon with Luna Vachon versus Wendy Richter. So I was right. It is Vivian versus Wendy Richter with Luna Vachon as her manager. Let me open my Coca-Cola here so I have something to drink while I am talking. Michael Broadus here and Neil Lau. Howdy, guys. But yeah, so that's what we've got going on. Our matches tonight, in order, are the Rockers are going to kick things off facing the Midnight Express with their manager Jim Cornette. Then we move on to singles action, which sees the Junkyard Dog take on the Purple Haze with his manager Kevin Sullivan. Moving forward, we've got Chris Colt versus Ox Baker. Then we've got the Glamour Girls with Jimmy Hart, and they are going to be facing Japanese superstars, the Jumping Bomb Angels. Then we move on to Midgets action, and we've got Lord Littlebrook versus Little Bruiser. And one thing that I just realized that the edit match is going to come in handy for, we're going to go ahead and use the midget charts for this match. So let's get those going. Midgets do they have a choice chart? I thought they did. I can't remember. Either way, I don't have the midget choice chart, so we'll just use those with the default choice chart. So we're going to go ahead and finish editing that. There we go. So we got Midgets action, where Lord Littlebrook will be taking on Little Bruiser. Then we've got Nikolai Volkov with his manager Nikita Breznikov. This is one of the matches that I added in between yesterday's stream and now. And he'll be taking on Mr. Saito with his manager Mr. Fuji. And then we've got the Battle of the Tax Evasion. Erwin Arsheister with Jimmy Hart will be taking on Ted DiBiase with Sherri Martel. Then on to women's action when Vivian Vachon with her niece Luna Vachon takes on Wendy Richter. And then the Battle of the Oklahomans. Bill Watts, Danny Hodge. That should be a great one. And then in our main event, Rick Rude with Bobby Heenan faces off against the Crusher. And that's going to be our match card for this evening, or this afternoon. So let's get to it with the Rockers and the Midnight Express. And we'll go ahead and start up this match. So, I roll one die to see who starts the matches. On an even roll, the first card starts. Or on an odd roll, the first card starts. On an even roll, the second card in the list starts. So let's go ahead and roll this. And it's going to ring the bell as soon as I roll it, so I don't want that. So I'm going to pause the timer while I get this all set up. So Shawn Michaels will start for his team, and it's going to be Stan Lane for the Midnights. W24 on a pole, says Michael Brada. Assuming that you're talking about the I.R.S. match, that would be an interesting one. All right, so yep, Shawn Michaels and Stan Lane going to start us off. Let's start the timer back up and roll for initiative. And they lock up in the center of the ring, and it looks like Shawn Michaels gets the best of Stan Lane in the lockup. Throws a flurry of punches that is going to connect. Stan Lane is hurt. He's going to try to tag out already. And with a roll of 3, he quickly gets to his corner. Those did not like being punched there by Shawn Michaels, and Bobby Eaton comes in. Eaton grabs Michaels around the throat, starts choking him. That is going to work. They are even in power, so Eaton is going to have that work out for him. And Michaels is going to try to make the tag. Well, Bobby Eaton throttles him here. And Michaels is successful in tagging in his partner, Marty Jannetty. Jannetty jumps over the top rope, grabs the arm of Bobby Eaton and arm drags him. Eaton hits the mat close to his corner, going to try the tag. He is successful. Stan Lane comes in and arm drags Marty Jannetty. And that is an agility move. They're even, so that is going to work. And Jannetty hits the mat close to his corner. He's going to try to tag out. He can't get it. So finally, the Midnights are able to cut off the ring and take control of this matchup. And we've got a drop toe hold and an elbow on Marty Jannetty. This is a tag move, so Eaton comes back in. Quick tags by everybody so far. And Jannetty is down. He could try the tag here. And he's not going to get it as Bobby Eaton continues to work him with a slingshot backbreaker. Marty Jannetty is in trouble now. He's hurt. And Eaton picks him up and suplexes him to the mat. And Jannetty able to jump over and land on his feet as Eaton picks him up. Turns around, drop toe holds Bobby Eaton. Eaton's hurt here. Jannetty waits for him to get back up, throws the drop kick, connecting solidly. And Eaton hits the mat, uses the ropes to get back to his feet. Marty Jannetty able to run in with a running knee lift on Bobby Eaton. Eaton, he connects, but he doesn't get all of it. Dave Little is here. No, you're good. We're still in the first match, so, people are filtering in. Eaton is dazed by that running knee lift by Marty Jannetty. Jannetty on the attack here with another big drop toe hold as Eaton tries to come back and lock up with him. Jannetty outsmarting him there. Now we're going to go for a tag. Eaton able to get to his corner, just scrambles away, tags Stan Lane. Lane comes in, big back suplex on Marty Jannetty. Jannetty might get the tag here. He doesn't get it. Stan Lane on the attack. And Lane with a double thrust to the throat. Jannetty able to block that. And he comes in with a monkey flip. Monkey flips Stan Lane to the mat. And Lane is dazed. Jannetty going to make the tag to Shawn Michaels. Michaels comes in. Tries a power slam. It's a power move. He does not have the power, so Michaels tries to lift Lane and is not going to get it as Stan Lane takes control of the fight. Going to whip Shawn Michaels into the ropes. And Michaels goes in and Stan Lane drops down. Shawn Michaels going to roll again. And Michaels comes back with a flying back elbow. And Stan Lane is down. And Michaels waits for him to get up, hits a big super kick on Stan Lane. Lane is hurt as Michaels continues his attack with a big double elbow as he tags Marty Jannetty. And Stan Lane is in trouble here. Jannetty hits a big DDT on Stan Lane. Lane is hurt. And grabs him by the head, hits a second DDT. And a third DDT. He's trying to kill him here. And this is a pinfall. Pin is 3, or target is 3, so not going to use a pin save or Cornette's distraction here. And the target was 3, the roll was 5, so he's going to add a fatigue, and he kicks out. Marty Jannetty goes up to the top rope, though, and drops a fist on Stan Lane. Stan Lane is hurt here. Jannetty waits for him to get back to his feet, hip tosses him to the mat. Lane is dazed as he gets back to his feet. Jannetty charges in with a back elbow ram. It's either going to be a level 3 move on agility or a level 2 move on power. Looks like we're going to be working on power here. So that is going to be... You know what? It's a high enough thing that I think I'm going to go for the agility. So 7 or less. And with a roll of 6, he gets it. So that was a big back elbow ram by Marty Jannetty. That's going to put Lane down again. Target is going to be 4 as Jannetty covers him. And the roll is a 7. So once again, Stan Lane able to kick out, but eats another fatigue. And Marty Jannetty going to make that tag to Shawn Michaels. Michaels comes in on level 3. And here it is, Living After Midnight. This is a tag finisher here. Let's see what the ruling is. It is an special mechanic move, so it's a roll move. We got to roll 1 die. On a roll of 1 or 2, it's a double. I'll just roll the die and tell you what he gets. He rolled a 3, so we've got a double super kick from Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty on Stan Lane. He is going to do his pin save here. And they fail the pin save. So we're rolling pin. So this is a +1 double super kick. It's going to be 6 or less. I'm actually going to have... he's going to try distracting. Cornette's going to try the distraction. And Cornette is able to successfully distract the referee. So Lane eats a pin, but he's not actually... Or Lane eats a fatigue, but he's not pinned. Shawn Michaels not going to throw him out of the ring. Going to instead whip him into the turnbuckle. And Michaels follows in with a big drop kick against the turnbuckle. And Shawn Michaels in control now, dropping the knee on Stan Lane. Lane is hurt. Michaels continues, waits for him to get up, hits him with a running knee lift. Hurting him again. Michaels is going to tag out to Marty Jannetty. And Jannetty on the attack here with a big hip toss. Derek Bowman is here. Welcome. Bowman, I don't know. Sorry, either way, I apologize, but you're here. Welcome. Jannetty with the hip toss. Stan Lane hits the man hard. He's hurt. Jannetty grabs him up and tries to suplex him. Stan Lane up and over. And now he's on the attack here. Lane able to drop toe hold Jannetty as he turns around, and Bobby Eaton comes in, drops the elbow as the Midnights are on the attack now. Jannetty's hurt for Bobby Eaton, who grabs the arm and jumps up and divorce court, that big jumping arm breaker. And that's going to hurt Marty Jannetty as the Midnights continue the attack. Spinning neck breaker by Bobby Eaton. This is a choice move, so... level 3 on agility, level 2 on power. I still think it's high enough that I'm going to try the agility. It's going to be 7 or less for a level 3 spinning neckbreaker. And he just doesn't get it. Jannetty able to roll through with it and spin his way out of it in a display of athletics and agility. And now Marty Jannetty with the big hip toss on Bobby Eaton. Eaton hits the mat. And Jannetty going for the tag on for Shawn Michaels. Michaels comes in, grabs a headlock, takes him down. Eaton able to spin it out into a head scissors, and they both are back to their feet. Michaels comes charging in, eats an elbow, and then Eaton drops a knee on Shawn Michaels. That's an agility move. They are tied, so that will work. And Michaels rolls out of the way of the knee drop and tries a knee drop of his own. And Eaton rolls out of the way of that one. Grabs a headlock on Michaels and punched him directly in the face. And that's not going to work either. Michaels pulls his head out just in time. He didn't. He just got hair. And Michaels grabs a head scissors on Bobby Eaton, takes him to the mat. And now Eaton is hurt. Can he get his hand up and get a tag going? And with a roll of 7, he cannot. So Shawn Michaels still on the attack, still working the head scissors there. Eaton able to get out of the head scissors. Now waits for him to get up, grabs the headlock, and bulldogs him. He's either going to have a level 2 bulldog, or he's going to bulldog him and then whip him into the corner. I think we're just going to whip him into the corner. So Bobby Eaton bulldogs Shawn Michaels, grabs him up, and then just whips him into the turnbuckle. And Bobby Eaton comes in and lays the boots to Shawn Michaels. And now here's that spinning neck breaker again. I believe it's going to work on 7 or less. It's going to be a level 3 neck breaker. And on a roll of 8, he just can't get it again. Michaels showing off that agility. And then Michaels hits that super kick as he spins out. Bobby Eaton is hurt as he catches the super kick. And now Michaels and Jannetty in the ring, and they double team him with a double elbow attack, and that's going to be a tag move. So Jannetty comes in, but it puts Bobby Eaton down and close to the ropes. So Eaton going to roll out. And it looks like Eaton and Jannetty going to brawl outside the ring here. Both wrestlers rolling their DQ. Neither wrestler is disqualified. We're going to roll one die to see who takes control of the brawl outside the ring. And on an even roll, it's going to be Bobby Eaton. So Eaton takes control of the brawl. We'll say Stan Lane came in and they double-teamed Jannetty a little bit and threw him back in the ring. Bobby Eaton climbs back in. Gonna toss Jannetty back out, and they get into another brawl. This is a ring rating brawl and not a roll brawl, but it's still another brawl. The wrestler with the better ring rating, which is again going to be Bobby Eaton, is going to roll on level 3 offense. So Eaton, once again, Eaton and Lane double team Jannetty outside the ring, roll him back in, and Bobby Eaton is on level 3 offense. Gonna climb to the top rope. Jannetty in trouble here as Eaton comes off the top with a big flying drop kick. Marty Jannetty's down as Bobby Eaton continues the attack, and Eaton hits him with the Alabama Jam. This is a tag match, so this is not a finisher. It's just a level 3 move. So he's going to roll his level 3, and that's a pin. So target is 3. Roll is a 12. So Marty Jannetty easily able to kick out. Bobby Eaton makes the tag to Stan Lane after the kick out, and Lane continues the attack, throwing Jannetty back out of the ring, and another big wild brawl erupts. And this time all 4 men involved. Wrestler with the better ring rating. And that is going to be, and if they're tied, it's going to be Stan Lane. So all 4 men brawl. The Midnights get the upper hand, and Jannetty's thrown back into the ring. Lane climbs back in and is on the attack with a big Midnight Lariat. Jannetty's hurt now, as Stan Lane hits that big spin kick. And Marty Jannetty takes it in the gut. He's hurt. SDG Replays is here. Howdy. It's still the first match, so you're not that late. And now a drop toe hold and an elbow drop. And that's going to be a tag move from the Midnights. So they make the tag. Jannetty is down. He could try a tag or leave the ring. He's going to try for the tag. Doesn't get it. And Bobby Eaton continues to work over Marty Jannetty, climbing to the top rope. Another death jump. And Eaton flies off, but Jannetty catches him and power slams him. And that was a big counter there. And Marty Jannetty with a super kick on Bobby Eaton. Eaton's hurt now. And Jannetty with a big DDT. And Eaton is down. He's going to try to tag. Doesn't make it. Marty Jannetty going to tag in Shawn Michaels. Michaels is not going to throw Eaton out of the ring. Going to roll up here. And he nails a double elbow attack. So Jannetty comes back in. And Jannetty got Eaton in a bad place. Eaton's hurt. Jannetty grabs him up with a big hip toss. Hip tosses him to the mat. And Eaton can't make the tag as he hits hard. Oop, level 2 is what we need. And Marty Jannetty waits for Eaton to stand up using the ropes. Eaton's wobbly on his feet after all this punishment. Jannetty attempts a running knee lift. Bobby Eaton moves out of the way. And Bobby Eaton grabs Jannetty around the neck and starts choking him. They are tied in the power, so that is going to work. And he chokes Jannetty till Jannetty's down. The referee finally gets Eaton to break. But Jannetty in trouble now. Bobby Eaton going back to the top rope after choking Jannetty. And Jannetty jumps back up and right up to the top rope. They're going to jockey for position. And the wrestler with the better agility rating, that is going to be Bobby Eaton. So Eaton pushes Jannetty off the top rope and then comes off with a big Alabama jam leg drop. And the Midnights are in charge here. Bobby Eaton, well, I guess he flew off with a top rope elbow. Gotta love it when the rolls work out like that. So yeah, Bobby Eaton pushes Jannetty off the top as they jockey for position up there. And then Eaton jumps off with a big top rope elbow on Marty Jannetty. And he's going for the pin. The target is 4. And the roll is a 7. So Jannetty kicks out again. This match has been going on for 30 minutes. 30 plus minutes. What an event. And now, Bobby Eaton, Alabama Jam. This is a level 3 move, not a finisher. And Jannetty's down. Lane tagged in here. And he's going to pitch Jannetty out of the ring. And it looks like as they're out of the ring, Jim Cornette comes up and blasts Jannetty with the tennis racket. Midnight's going to roll their DQ here. And they are disqualified. So just like that, Cornette trying to take shortcuts even though his team was winning. And got caught by the referee. So Jim Cornette cost the Midnight Express this match as the Rockers take it on a DQ. Would you like to record the outcomes of this match? Yes, Marty Jannetty beats Stan Lane via DQ when Cornette hit Jannetty with the tennis racket. Tennis. Outside the ring. I'm going to give that one a 3-star match. I think it was worthy, so we'll go ahead and do that. And that was our first match. And up next, we've got Junkyard Dog, and he's going to be facing the Purple Haze with his manager, Kevin Sullivan. The fans are still pissed that the Rockers lost by DQ there. Or, I mean, won by DQ. Well, what can you do? The Rockers, maybe they'll get a rematch. Maybe they're not happy with that one. And they'll end up rematching it. We'll have to see. Sullivan, we need Purple Haze in. And there we go. We got Purple Haze versus the Junkyard Dog. Sullivan, he is set to manager status. He is. So let's roll to see who takes it on the lockup. I see that spot where Lane won't hug Jim after that outcome. Yeah, that could be. Maybe Stan Lane is getting upset with Cornette there a little bit. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe maybe that'll be the end of the Midnight Express. Maybe we finish the Midnight Express off, and maybe Lane joins up with Steve Kern in the Fantastics, and Cornette is left to do something else. All right, so here we go. Junkyard Dog and the Purple Haze lock up, and Junkyard Dog takes it on the lockup. And Dog throws the Purple Haze into the turnbuckle, but the Purple Haze turns it around, whips Junkyard Dog into the turnbuckle, and then comes running in with a big knee smash in the turnbuckle. And so Purple Haze on the attack here, locking on the Nerve Claw. And Junkyard Dog is dazed here as he gets back to his feet, still in the Nerve Claw. Purple Haze throws him back down and attempts a double stomp here. So he's either going to double stomp him or whip him into the turnbuckle. I think that, let's see what is. It's only got 2 reversals, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go for the level 2 double stomp. It's going to work on 10 or less. And on a roll of 7, he is successful in double stomping him. And the Junkyard Dog is down. Purple Haze on the attack here. Not going to throw JYD out of the ring yet. Going to roll up instead, eye gouging the dog. And the dog is hurt by the eye gouge. And Purple Haze going after the eyes again with a second eye gouge. Really going after the eyes of Junkyard Dog. Now he's headbutting him. And Dog is down again. Purple Haze has just swarmed Junkyard Dog, not letting up here. This time I'll throw him out of the ring. And I know that he has a thingy here, so roll 1 die. On a roll of 6, JYD instead attacks his opponent with the chain. So a roll of 3 doesn't get it. So instead of the chain attack, we've got just a regular old wild brawl as they beat each other up on the outside of the ring. The wrestler with the better ring rating, they are tied, so that's going to be Purple Haze winning this one. We'll say Kevin Sullivan came in and kind of turned the tables, and Purple Haze able to roll him back in the ring and apply that Nerve Claw again. Junkyard Dog is dazed. Haze going right back to the eyes, raking the face of Junkyard Dog, but Dog just shakes it off. He is mad. He's on the attack now, trying a hip toss on the Purple Haze, and he can't get him up and over with the hip toss. And Purple Haze going to whip Junkyard Dog into the ropes. And Dog is put down with a back elbow by the Purple Haze. And Haze hits him with a big jumping stomp as Junkyard Dog lays there. Dog is down. And Purple Haze grabs him up, going to attempt that pile driver. 6 or less for a level 3 pile driver. That's what we're going to go for. It's risky, but Purple Haze has been in control. He's feeling cocky. And with a roll of 7, he just barely can't do it. He gets him almost all the way up. Dog shakes his feet. They hit the mat again. And Junkyard Dog lifts up Purple Haze and backdrops him. And Junkyard Dog now on the attack, waiting for Haze to get back up and then hitting some big roundhouse rights. And now Junkyard Dog with a bell ringer on Purple Haze. That is going to work. Dog has the power advantage here. Purple Haze put down as Junkyard Dog really whacked the ears of the Purple Haze. And Dog waits for him to get up, winding up. And then clotheslines the Purple Haze back to the mat. Haze is hurt here. And Junkyard Dog grabs him up, scoop slams him. And he's going to send Purple Haze into the rope after that scoop slam. And Purple Haze sees that Dog is setting up for a big backdrop and just kicks him right in the mouth. That's rough. And Purple Haze back in control of this match. He locks on that sleeper. This is a +1 finisher. So the target is going to be 4, and the roll is a 10. So Junkyard Dog able to get to the ropes. And Purple Haze setting up for that pile driver once again. 6 or less, I believe it is. Yes, 6 or less. And with a roll of 9, he can't pile driver him. So Junkyard Dog, once again, able to get out of the pile driver. And grabs him up and then claps his ears again with that bell ringer. And Purple Haze is hurt. And once again with the bell ringer. And Junkyard Dog grabs Purple Haze by the back of the head and rams him 10 times into that top turnbuckle. And the fans are counting along. And Purple Haze is hurt as Junkyard Dog continues his attack. And a big atomic drop as the Purple Haze swings as he leaves the corner. And Junkyard Dog able to scoop him up and atomic drop him. And that's going to land. He's going to be hurt as Dog gets down and hits some crawling headbutts on Purple Haze. Purple Haze going for his pin. The target is going to be 1, so there's no way you can pin him. But the roll is a 2, so almost. Purple Haze able to kick out at 2.9, 2 3/4 there. Which I know is not 2.9 for all you math nerds, but, you know. Depending on whether you're in Japan or listening to Gorilla Monsoon, it's either 2.9 or 2 3/4. And Purple Haze is hurt here as Junkyard Dog continues the attack. Dog with a big falling headbutt, choice H. This is going to be 9 or less for a level 3 move or a death jump on level C. He's going to try the death jump. And Junkyard Dog goes up to the top rope. That is not a place where Dog is that comfortable. And he comes flying off with a big shoulder block. And he hits the Purple Haze. And Purple Haze is down here. Junkyard Dog not going to throw him out of the ring. He knows that Kevin Sullivan is out there. Instead, he's going to clap his hands around the ears again. And put the Purple Haze down. Once again, not going to throw him out of the ring. And so he's going to bell ringer him again. And the Purple Haze is ready for it that time. He went to the well, clapping those ears one too many times. The Purple Haze able to counter that. And he blasts JYD with some big overhand chops. JYD's hurt here. And the Purple Haze got that eye gouge going on. JYD's hurt. And Purple Haze karate thrust right to the throat of JYD. And Purple Haze waits for him to get up. Turns him around and gouges the eyes again. Junkyard Dog having some issues with his eyes here as the Purple Haze keeps attacking him. Haze with a big jumping stomp. And that doesn't actually put JYD back down. He just keeps getting up. JYD's looking dazed. Purple Haze with the face rake going back to the eyes. And then he attempts the big karate thrust as JYD stumbles around after the face rake. JYD's hurt here. And Haze blasts him with multiple headbutts. And that doesn't even put Junkyard Dog down, just kind of wobbles him. And JYD stumbles backwards as Haze continues to come in with a big body slam. He can't get Dog up. Dog is way too big, way too strong. Dog pushes him off and blasts Purple Haze with a roundhouse right. That roundhouse right puts him down, and he is on the attack. Big falling headbutt. This is going to be 9 or less for a level 3 move. He gets it. And Purple Haze is hurt. And Junkyard Dog grabs him by the back of the head. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keeps slamming his head into the turnbuckle. And Junkyard Dog is in control now. Purple Haze able to get his leg up, though, after like the 5th or 6th slam. And he turns it around. He slams Junkyard Dog's face directly into the turnbuckle. And takes control of the fight. Landing a big forearm hammer as Dog bounces out of the corner. And Junkyard Dog is down. The Purple Haze locks in that sleeper one more time. So the target is going to be 5. And the roll is a 9. So once again, Junkyard Dog able to withstand the sleeper of the Purple Haze. But Haze pulls him back to the center of the ring. He's got it still locked in. Now the target is 6. And the roll is a 10. Dog is fighting with all he's worth here. Hayes can't get him to give up. So he gets frustrated, throws Junkyard Dog out of the ring. We're going to roll the 1 die here. And the roll of 4 doesn't do it, so a wild brawl erupts. Both wrestlers rolling their DQ. And that's a 5. What is Sullivan's distractor rating here? Only a 5, so he is not going to be that helpful here. We're going to roll his DQ. And on a roll of 5, Purple Haze is disqualified. So Sullivan and Purple Haze just double team beat down Junkyard Dog after Haze throws him out of the ring. That was not double, so we're not going to roll on the feud chart. But yeah, another DQ finish on this card here as Junkyard Dog and Purple Haze battle outside the ring. And that was Dog beating Purple Haze by DQ when Haze and Sullivan double teamed JYD outside the ring. Let's see, that was a 2-star match. And now we've got Chris Colt and Ox Baker. These two like to get a little rowdy, so this could be an interesting match. We're going to run this with no DQ rules. So no countouts and no DQs on this match. It's going to be a hardcore match, I guess you would call it. As Chris Colt and Ox Baker fight each other. They lock up in the center of the ring. And it's Chris Colt who takes the control early. Colt grabs a big nerve pinch right off the bat. That's a choice E maneuver. Definitely going to go for the agility. And with a 9 plus 3, that's 12. So he's automatically going to get it. We're going to roll just for the hell of it. And wow, he almost, if it had been anything less than that, he wouldn't have gotten it. But Ox Baker really put down immediately by this nerve pinch by Chris Colt. And it starts. They're going to roll out of the ring as Baker he escapes by putting his foot over the ropes and then rolling out of the ring as the referee breaks him. They end up with a big wild brawl on the outside of the ring. And the wrestler with the better ring rating, and they're both level A in the ring, so it's going to be Chris Colt taking that one. And Colt waits for Baker to roll back in the ring, just running soccer kick to the ribs on Ox Baker. Baker's down there. That was a pretty vicious attack by Chris Colt. And Colt climbs to the top rope. He's going to jump off with that top rope elbow drop. Target is going to be 4 here. Baker rolls an 8, so Baker able to kick out, no problem. Michael Brada says he's torn in this match. Both are favorites of mine. I honestly would root for Colt if it was up to me. I'm trying to stay impartial, though. Baker kicks out of that top rope elbow drop by Chris Colt, and Colt is on the attack. Jumping elbow this time, not going back to the top rope, just jumping up and dropping that elbow on Ox, and Baker's hurt. Colt waits for him to get up and then whips him into the turnbuckle, and Baker hits the buckle hard, comes charging back out. Both men meet in the center with a big double clothesline. They're both down. The wrestler with the better turnbuckle rating rolls on level 3 offense. They're tied, so it is going to be Chris Colt again, rolling on level 3 offense as he barely gets back to his feet before the referee counts to 10 here. Baker really clotheslined the crap out of him. And this is a choice H maneuver, the grounded armbar. So it's either going to be a level 3 grounded armbar or he's going to go up for the death jump. I think we're going to see the grounded armbar. It's going to work on 11 or better. So with a roll of 3, we definitely got that. So Colt working that grounded armbar. Baker's down. And Chris Colt now transitions from the armbar, grabs a headlock. They both get back to their feet. Baker's still in that headlock, and Chris Colt just thrusts him right in the throat. And Ox Baker goes down, and Colt now going for the cover here. Target is going to be 4. Roll is a 4. So Chris Colt, with the headlock and thrust to the throat, has taken this match in just a little under 7 minutes. So Chris Colt, 1-star match, really more of a squash, but he beats Ox Baker with a headlock and thrust to the throat. And there we go. And we're off to our next match, which is a tag team match, which is going to pit the Glamour Girls, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, against the Jumping Bomb Angels from Japan. The Glamour Girls going to be accompanied to the ring by their manager, Jimmy Hart, here. And there we go. So I am going to roll to see who starts it. It's going to ring the bell as soon as I hit the roll button. And it looks like both of these ladies are starting for their teams. So now we can start the timer back up. And we're going to go ahead and roll 2 dice to see who takes it on the initial lockup. And it's going to be Itsuki Yamazaki, who wins the lockup, immediately grabs a cradle suplex on Judy Martin. This is a choice B maneuver. Agility is +1, so that's going to be 9. So that's what she's going to do. And with a roll of 7, she's successful in cradle suplexing Judy Martin to the mat. Martin hits hard, but she's close to her corner. She could get the tag here. She does not. Yamazaki quick to get back up and prevent the tag. Yamazaki grabs an octopus hold now. And Yamazaki got a level 3 move. That's going to work on 8 or a level 2 on 5. So obviously we're going for the level 3 octopus hold. And with a roll of 8, she's successful. And that's going to hurt Judy Martin, as Yamazaki has been all business here, locking Martin in the abdominal stretch after she breaks out of the octopus hold. Working the same muscles there. The Jumping Bomb Angels were part of PDF Prime last year. So 2022 PDF Prime, they were bonus cards, if I remember right. It's been a little bit. I mean, I can check on the back of the card. No, they were main cycle cards for 2022 PDF Prime. So that's where I got the Jumping Bomb Angels. Anyway, Judy Martin counters that abdominal stretch. Oop, we're going to use the first one. I double-clicked that. Martin pushes her off and then charges in with a high knee. Yamazaki able to move out of the way of the high knee and re-lock in the abdominal stretch. Martin is kind of close to her corner now, though. Could go for the tag, and she's not able to get it as she's all tied up in that abdominal stretch. And Yamazaki, too far away to make a tag herself, but in control of the match. She's going to whip Judy Martin into the ropes. And she blasts Martin with a big drop kick. And now she's going to make the tag to Norio Titano. And Titano's in. And she takes Martin over with a beautiful butterfly suplex. And Martin's hurt here. Martin needs to get out of the ring. She's been taking a lot of punishment here. And Titano is going to whip Martin into the ropes. And a big side suplex. She just scoops her up and then plants her. And Martin is in trouble here. And the Jumping Bomb Angels make the tag, both of them on the top rope. Big jumping double missile drop kick off the top. This is a +3 finisher, so the target is going to be 6. Jimmy Hart is going to climb up onto the ring apron, try to distract. He can't do it. Jimmy Hart fails on the distraction. So the other option is the pin save. So let's see if that's going to work. And Leilani Kai able to get there in time. So Judy Martin not pinned. She's got a +1 to her fatigue, though. And the Jumping Bomb Angels are still on the attack. And Titano waits for her to get up and hits a big running knee kick on Judy Martin. Martin's hurt here. Titano into the ropes with Judy Martin. And they come off, and both wrestlers attempt a big shoulder block. And neither wrestler wants to go down. Neither wrestler going to budge. And it's going to be Judy Martin who comes off with another shoulder block and just puts her down. So Judy Martin finally able to get some offense in. Grabbing up Norio Titano and planting her with a big face-first suplex. And that's going to hurt Titano long enough that Judy Martin is going to be able to tag in Leilani Kai. And Leilani Kai comes in and grabs her with a big butterfly suplex. And that's going to put Titano down as Leilani Kai pitches her from the ring. Leilani Kai waits as Judy Martin climbs off the apron, throws Titano back in the ring, offering her no respite. And Leilani Kai back on the attack. And as Titano rolls back in the ring, and then my son is dropping something upstairs, Leilani Kai hits a running splash. And that is a pin. So this is a +2 move. So the target's going to be 4. And the roll is a 3. I'm going to allow them to try their pin save even after the pin roll. Sometimes I'll do this if I forget to do the pin save before the pin roll, or if it's the first time they've been pinned and there should be ample time for them to kick out, or, you know. So I'm going to allow the pin save here, and she failed it anyway. So we're going to say that that was it. Titano couldn't kick out, and Yamazaki couldn't get in to save her, so that's it. The Glamour Girls have beaten the Jumping Bomb Angels by a surprise pinfall. Let's do that one. That was Leilani Kai over Norio Titano, and that was a running splash. And that really wasn't an amazing match, so we're going to say 1 star. And that one was a quick one. Neil says there's boots of them too. Those were the boots. Those were the bootlegs of the Jumping Bomb Angels there. Anyway, we're on to midgets action, and I don't mean midgets in a pejorative way. That's just what these guys call themselves. Lord Littlebrook against Little Bruiser. One thing I am going to look for, I want to see, do I have a midget choice chart? I feel like there was a midget choice chart. Midget out of the ring. I guess not. Just the midget antics. Okay. So cool. All of the midget charts should be set properly. We're going to set this to midget antics in case that comes up. And there we go. So Lord Littlebrook and Little Bruiser in the ring now. And they lock up. And it's Lord Littlebrook getting the upper hand here. And Littlebrook attempts a big forearm smash on Little Bruiser, and that's going to work. And Bruiser's hurt here as Littlebrook hits him with a big atomic drop. Little Bruiser going to leave the ring. And it looks like Littlebrook comes out, and Little Bruiser picks him up and slams him onto the mats outside the ring, and then rolls back in. Little Bruiser on the attack now. Grabs him, pulls him back out of the ring, and then smashes him head first into the ring post. Lord Littlebrook is in trouble as they roll him back in the ring. Bruiser comes back in, going for the pin. Target is 2. Roll is a 7. So Little Brook able to kick out. Little Bruiser. Choice G headbutt here. Not going to do the death jump. It's going to work. Little Brook has a -3 power. So I guess he is going to go for the death jump. Little Bruiser climbs up. And Little Brook can't stop him. So Little Bruiser comes off with a big little double axe handle here. And a Little Bruiser on the attack. Bruiser with another big headbutt. And this is a choice G maneuver again. We're going to go for that death jump one more time. Goes back up to the top rope. Comes back off the top rope with another big double axe handle. And a third big headbutt. And he sets him up again. Going back up to the top. And this time, Lord Little Brook lays the fist to his gut as he comes off the top rope. Little Bruiser goes to the mat hard. And Little Brook going for a pin. This is going to be a target 2. And the roll is a 5. So Little Bruiser able to kick out. But Lord Little Brook now really in control. A headstand roll-up from Lord Little Brook. This is his finisher, and it's a level 3 finisher. So that's going to make this a target 6 pinfall. And with a roll of 8, Little Bruiser is able to kick out. But, man, Little Brook is going to town now. Little Brook not going to throw him out of the ring. Going to roll up. And Little Brook ducks out of the way of a swing. Grabs Little Bruiser and atomic drops him. Bruiser's down. And Little Brook, this time he is going to throw him out of the ring. And Little Bruiser gets a counter out of the ring. So while they're outside the ring, Little Bruiser slams his head into the turnbuckle post. And Little Bruiser is in control now. Little Bruiser going to throw Little Brook out of the ring. And Little Brook, they chase each other around the ring. Little Brook rolls in. And as Bruiser tries to climb into the ring, Little Brook scoops him and small packages him. He's got a sneaky pin here. And the target is 4. The roll is a 9. So Little Bruiser able to kick out. But Little Brook firmly in control. Not going to throw him out of the ring again. Once again going to duck a move and atomic drop him. You think Little Bruiser would learn, but they don't always. And now Little Brook whipping him into the ropes. And Little Bruiser put down with a crossbody attack by Lord Little Brook. And here we go. Lord Little Brook with that reverse jackknife, and that's going to hurt Little Bruiser. And now Lord Little Brook resorts to biting him. Not a very nice thing to do, but Little Bruiser able to counter it here. Little Bruiser with a big flying mare. That's an agility move, so that's not going to work. And Little Brook with a nutcracker. And, ooh, he's rolling his pin. He didn't like the nutcracker there at all. Target is 5. Roll is a 6, so 2 3/4 as Little Brook firmly in control of this match. And now Lord Little Brook going to throw Little Bruiser out of the ring. And Lord Little Brook this time suplexes Little Bruiser on the floor. And Lord Little Brook rolls him back in. Tries for the reverse jackknife, a pinfall attempt. Can't get his shoulders down. And in all of the fracas, Little Bruiser able to roll out of the ring. And Little Brook comes out, grabs him by 2 hands, and slams him into the turnbuckle post. He's adding 1 to his pin. We're going to see if that busted him open. On an even roll, we'll say that he is busted open. And on a 4, he is busted open. So Little Bruiser is bleeding as Lord Little Brook continues his savage attack here. And Lord Little Brook going to the top rope, going to do a death jump. And Little Bruiser kicks him right in the gut as he comes off trying for a a double axe handle off the top rope. And Little Bruiser now on the attack. Little Bruiser tries the headbutt, so he's going to the top rope. And this is going to work for Little Bruiser. The double axe handle off the top works for Little Bruiser. Little Bruiser on the attack now, going to throw Little Brook out of the ring. And Little Brook is whipped into the guardrail as the Bruiser whips him back into the ring and continues his attack here. Oh, level 2 offense, not level 3. And Little Bruiser going to whip him into the ropes. And Little Bruiser is successful here. He comes charging in and clotheslines Lord Littlebrook. And into the ropes again. And they crisscross each other, both men bouncing off the ropes. And some more crisscrossing. And then they roll on the Midget Antics chart. So here we go. We're going to roll on the Midget Antics chart. And here we go. Lord Littlebrook, Midget Antics roll. You and the opponent tangle up and roll into the ropes. The referee tries to separate you, but you won't stop or separate. Finally, the ref lifts you up and tosses you behind him to release the opponent. In your anger, you grab the ref's shirt and pull it over their head. As the ref struggles to get free, you low blow the opponent. The referee finally gets his shirt fixed and may disqualify you. Roll your DQ. If there's no DQ, roll on level 3 offense. So Littlebrook rolling his DQ. He's not disqualified. Little Bruiser got nut-shotted there, so he's in a lot of pain. And Lord Littlebrook on the attack here. Big back body drop, and Little Bruiser in trouble. Lord Littlebrook on the attack here. Nutcracker, and Little Bruiser's hurt. Another Nutcracker. He's just he wants to wreck the sterility of Little Bruiser. I guess Lord Littlebrook doesn't want any future Little Bruisers in the world. And now he's going for the pin after the Nutcracker. The target is 7. The roll is an 8. So Little Bruiser able to kick out again. And Lord Littlebrook in control of this match. Littlebrook with a big back body drop. And Little Bruiser going to leave the ring. And Little Bruiser going to pick Lord Littlebrook up. It says it's a throat chop across the guardrail. I think they're a little small for that. So we're just going to say he whips him into the guardrail. And then he tosses Lord Littlebrook back into the ring. And Little Bruiser going to bounce Littlebrook off the ropes and hit him with a clothesline. And once again, into the ropes goes Lord Littlebrook. And once again, we've got a Midget Antics. And we've got a Midget Antics roll here. You put the opponent in a headlock, and they bite your fingers. You yell for the ref as the opponent stops biting. As the referee moves back around, the opponent bites your arm. You yell, and the opponent stops. The ref moves again, and the opponent bites you yet again. You let go to complain to the referee, but the opponent denies it. You complain to the referee, the opponent bites your butt, and the referee finally sees it. Little Bruiser is going to roll his DQ. If there's no DQ, Little Bruiser rolls on level 3 offense. And I'm going to roll twice for DQ here because we've had too many. And he is not disqualified, so he's rolling on level 3 offense. And he grabs the tights, and a tight pull roll-up by Little Bruiser. This is a level 0 finisher. So target is going to be 3, and the roll is a 3. So Little Bruiser with a tights pull roll-up has managed to steal this match from Lord Littlebrook, and a bloodied Little Bruiser celebrates in the center of the ring as Littlebrook complains to the referee that was bullcrap. And Little Bruiser has beaten Lord Littlebrook with a tights pull roll-up. And let's see. That was 8 So that was a 4-star midget match. Not a bad affair there. Mayhem in the land of the midgets, says Dave Little. Yep, that one was that one. It started off like there wasn't a whole lot of midget action going on there, like a whole lot of midget antics, and then midget antics abound. Neil Lau says the mystery partner will be a newcomer. I'm assuming he's talking about his LOW style fed. So if you're into reading stuff on, I think he posts on the main board and on Facebook, but you can check out Neil's stuff there. Apparently he's got a mystery partner coming in sometime soon. Hexstar says bull crap, and it was. And this is one of the matches I added earlier today. We didn't book this one yesterday, but this is going to be Nikolai Volkov with Nikita Breznikov, and he's in there against Mr. Saito with Mr. Fuji. Do you have your timer at double time? I do. I think it makes for a good, solid match time to have it at double time. Anything higher than that feels silly to me, and regular time just doesn't, the matches never go as long as you'd imagine them going if you have it on regular time. So double time seems like the good compromise for me. So Nikolai Volkov and Mr. Saito with their managers here. Let's make sure that they are set up as managers. He is indeed, and Fuji is indeed. So there we go. They're going to lock up in the center of the ring. And neither man can get the better of the other. And they push each other back. They stare each other down, and another more aggressive lockup follows, and it looks like it's Saito who gets control of the match, rolling on level 2 offense because of the tied initial lockup, and Saito with a trapezius grip there, and Volkov quickly able to pull the hands off of his trapezius muscles there, turns around and slugs Mr. Saito, and Nikolai Volkov bouncing him back into the ropes and then hitting the big boot to the face. This is an agility move. So Saito able to duck under that. And as Volkov turns around, Saito picks him up and body slams him. Will it be a level 2 or a level 3 body slam? It looks like it's going to be a level 3 body slam because that's the one on the agility. So that's going to work on 9 or less. And on a roll of 5, that is successful. So a big body slam from Saito. That hurts Nikolai Volkov. And Saito sends Volkov into the ropes. And Saito picks the knee up and just catches Volkov in the gut as he comes flying past. And Saito in control of this match. Once again picking him up and pushing him back into the ropes. And this time, Volkov rakes the eyes instead of being Irish whipped. And so Volkov in control now. Volkov pushes him back into the corner and is going to try to shoulder tackle him. This is an agility move, and he doesn't have it. So Saito is going to get out of the way. And Saito, oriental leg sweep on Nikolai Volkov. And Volkov is down now. Saito got him right where he wants him, and waits for him to get up, and then thrust punches him directly in the heart. Not quite the same as a heart punch, but pretty similar. Volkov able to get out of the way, though. And Volkov grabs up Saito. Big Russian bear hug. Saito's got his pin here, that Russian bear hug. Gonna hurt Mr. Saito. And the target is 3. The roll is an 8. Saito has the fatigue. And Volkov continues his attack. And Volkov with a big shoulder tackle. And that's going to hurt Mr. Saito. And Volkov with some running stomps. And Saito's hurt. And Volkov knees him right in the gut. And Saito's hurt again. Another big knee to the gut. And Saito continues to just take the punishment. Volkov grabs him up with a Russian bear hug one more time. This time, Saito quickly able to get to the ropes. And Volkov backs him into the corner, but can't do much with it. And he comes charging in, and Saito able to get out of the way. And as they turn around, Saito chops him straight in the chest. Volkov takes all of that chop and doesn't even look fazed by it at all. Volkov delivers a big double axe handle. And Volkov, let's see, it's going to be a level 2 double axe handle. And with a roll of 7, he is successful, but Saito avoids the double axe handle. And Saito climbs up on the second rope and hits a big chop off that second rope. And Volkov is hurt. And Volkov caught at a trapezius grip by Mr. Saito. And Volkov is hurt here. Saito climbs back up to the second rope and another big chop. And he's got the pin. And this is a level 3, or target is 3. That's what I'm trying to say. So target is 3. Roll is a 3. I'm going to allow Breznikov to try to distract. And Breznikov fails the distractor roll. So just like that, with the chop off the second rope, Mr. Saito has won this one. So Saito has beat Nikolai Volkov with a second rope chop. And that one is kind of a dud. We're going to say 1 star. And we've got 4 matches left. Our next match is Erwin R. Shyster with Jimmy Hart versus Ted DiBiase with Sensational Sherri. This is a battle of, I think I called it the War of Tax Evasion on the flyer. Let's see how this one plays out. We've got Shyster and the $1 Million Man. And we're going to roll 2 dice here. And Shyster has it on the lockup. And I.R.S. grabs the side headlock here on the $1 Million Man. And Ted DiBiase easily able to get out of that. Got him in a hammer lock here as he pulls his head out. And then he transitions into a swinging neckbreaker on Erwin R. Shyster. Shyster's hurt as DiBiase. Falling fist drop after that neckbreaker. And Shyster's hurt here. And DiBiase gets him back to his feet. Nails him with a big gut wrench suplex. And Shyster's down. He could roll out of the ring. I think that's what's going to happen here. And they roll out of the ring. DiBiase comes, follows him out. And a wild brawl erupts. Wrestler with the better ring rating. They're tied, so that's going to be DiBiase. Gets the win in the brawl. Rolls Erwin R. Shyster back in the ring. DiBiase really doesn't want to pay his taxes. And climbs to the top rope, or the middle rope there, and drops a backwards elbow off the middle rope onto Erwin R. Shyster. This is a choice G maneuver. So it's either going to be a level 3 move on power of... So on an 8 or less, level 3, or the death jump. I think we're going to go for the 8 or less. And with a roll of 5, that is successful. So a level 3 backwards elbow drop off the middle rope on I.R.S. I.R.S. is down, going to roll back out of the ring. And DiBiase comes out, and he grabs the cord from the cameraman and starts choking I.R.S. And DiBiase isn't disqualified. The referee doesn't notice it. DiBiase chokes I.R.S., then rolls him back in the ring. DiBiase climbs up to the second rope and comes off with a big axe handle. 9 or less here. And with a roll of 9, he manages to club I.R.S. with that double axe handle. I.R.S. is hurt here. DiBiase grabs him. Vertical suplex on I.R.S. I.R.S. hits the mat hard. DiBiase jaws at some fans while I.R.S. is able to use the ropes to climb back to his feet. And DiBiase turns around, grabs him, and hits a big swinging neckbreaker on I.R.S. Shyster's hurt here as DiBiase continues his attack with a big vertical suplex. And then swinging neckbreaker one more time. And I.R.S. is hurt here. DiBiase whips him into the turnbuckle, but I.R.S. counters it. He turns it around, whips DiBiase into the turnbuckle. And I.R.S. comes in with a big running forearm smash in the turnbuckle. And I.R.S. is on the attack now, whipping DiBiase into the ropes. I.R.S. drops down. And both wrestlers shoulder block one another. And they are tied in power, so neither man could get the advantage. They just kind of bounce off of one another. And DiBiase looks at him and grabs him with a swinging neckbreaker. And that's going to hurt I.R.S. And DiBiase once again with that big vertical suplex. And DiBiase now whipping him back into the turnbuckle. And my wife is calling, so hold on one second while I talk to her real quick. All right, I'm sorry about that. I am back. Here we go. And it looks like Shyster counters the turnbuckle throw. And DiBiase rolling on level 3 defense here. And DiBiase's hurt as Shyster continues his attack. And he's got that illegal abdominal stretch, which I believe is just a regular abdominal stretch with ropes leverage. Yep. So locks on that abdominal stretch and reaches for the ropes. DiBiase rolling his pin here. Can't quite get himself to the ropes to break the hold. The target is 2, roll is a 7. So DiBiase eats a fatigue there as Shyster continues the attack with the right off. This is he's got a 2 there, so roll 2 dice. On 2 to 8, play normally. On 9 to 12, use briefcase smack. So let's see what we get here. And it's a 4, so we're just doing the right off. It's a +1 finisher. So target is going to be 4 as Shyster covers DiBiase. And the roll is a 7, so no pin there. It looks like Dave Little said that his Heartland Championship Wrestling will air at the conclusion of my show. I think we've got 3 matches left after this, so not too many more to go. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Michael Brada, what to watch, Crockett Cup pre-show or Heartland Wrestling? I don't know, watch Heartland Wrestling. Crockett Cup is a pre-show. Couldn't be that amazing. Anyway, DiBiase eats a fatigue after that abdominal stretch, and I.R.S. is on the attack. Oh, no, it was the write-off. It was the write-off that he kicked out of. And I.R.S. throws DiBiase out of the ring. And I.R.S. hits a big move on the floor. A big suplex on the floor. And DiBiase in trouble here. Rolling a count out. And the target is 4. The roll is a 7. So DiBiase able to get back into the ring. And I.R.S. continues his attack with a big Samoan drop on Ted DiBiase. DiBiase's down. I.R.S. going to throw him back out of the ring. And DiBiase able to just kind of climb back in. And, I.R.S. should have rolled on the level 3 offense, not DiBiase. And DiBiase, once again, being thrown out of the ring by I.R.S. And went to the well one too many times. And Ted DiBiase able to body slam Shyster on the floor and roll him back in the ring. And DiBiase on the attack here. And DiBiase with a big backbreaker. And Shyster's down. DiBiase rolling on... DiBiase throwing Shyster out of the ring. Shyster rolling on the out of the ring chart. Nothing really exciting happens. Throws him out of the ring. Shyster takes a short breather while DiBiase once again jaws at some fans. And then rolls back in the ring, and DiBiase is quick to move in and attack again. He's not going to throw him back out of the ring. Instead, he's going to go for a swinging neck breaker, which is going to hurt Irwin R. Shyster. He's going to blast him with another falling fist drop. And then whip him into the ropes. And Shyster put down by DiBiase's big back elbow. And DiBiase scoops him up and nails the vertical suplex. And DiBiase whips him into the ropes here. And DiBiase drops down. And hits a hip toss. DiBiase with that big hip toss on I.R.S. And then he whips him into the turnbuckle here. And DiBiase comes charging in. I.R.S. moves out of the way. DiBiase smacks the turnbuckle and is rolling his pin here. Target is 5. Roll is a 5. So just like that, I.R.S. has pinned Ted DiBiase and is going to make him pay his taxes. Yeah, we'll record that one. DiBiase lost that. I forgot that they had managers. So the managers didn't come into play there. Maybe they'll have a rematch. DiBiase will get some tax lawyering involved, and we'll do a rematch where I remember that they have managers. So Shyster won after a surprise pinfall when DiBiase missed a move in the turnbuckle. DiBiase had 4, so that's a 2-star match. There we go. And 3 matches left, all of them singles matches. This one is our women's match. Vivian Vachon with her niece Luna Vachon against Wendy Richter. And they're going to lock up in the center of the ring. And Vivian Vachon is in control off the bat with a lockup and a snap mare on Wendy Richter. Richter able to counter that and push Vivian Vachon into the ropes. And as Vachon comes off the ropes, Richter drops down. And Vivian Vachon hits the ropes on the other side, but comes off and lands a big drop kick on Wendy Richter. And now Vivian Vachon really in control here. Turns her over, one-legged Boston Crab on Wendy Richter. Richter's rolling her pin. Target is going to be 3. Roll is an 8. So Richter able to scoot back and get her hands up on the ropes. And Vivian Vachon with a running boot to Wendy Richter. Richter still down. And Vivian Vachon locks her in that one-legged Boston Crab again. Wendy Richter is down. She could leave the ring, but she's got a C ring rating, so I'm just going to say she gets to the ropes, breaks the hold, and Vivian Vachon once again hits a big running boot on Wendy Richter. Richter is hurt here as Vivian Vachon pushes her back into the corner and tries for some corner shoulder rams. This is a choice B maneuver. So it's going to be into the turnbuckle or a level 2 move on agility. It's going to work on 8 or better, so we'll go with the level 2 move. So level 2 corner shoulder rams by Vivian Vachon on Wendy Richter. And Wendy Richter takes one of them and then quickly moves out of the way. Vivian Vachon goes through the between the top and middle rope and into the turnbuckle post as she tries to ram the midsection of Wendy Richter there. And Richter is in control now. She tries a schoolgirl roll-up. Can she get the shoulders down? She can't. But it was enough to take Vivian Vachon down as Wendy Richter whips her out of the ring. And Vivian Vachon, helped up by her niece Luna, and they take a quick breather and back into the ring. Billy Roberts says he's got to head out. Have a good one. You have a good one as well. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you'll be back to watch more stuff some other time. Wendy Richter in control here. Big crossbody block on Vivian Vachon. This is a choice D maneuver. Gonna work on 7 or better for level 3. We're gonna go for it. And with a roll of 5, that was successful. So a big crossbody block by Wendy Richter on Vivian Vachon. Vachon is down. She's gonna roll right out of the ring. And Wendy Richter comes out to meet her, and they start brawling each other outside of the ring. Vivian Vachon easily takes control of this one and is in control of the match as she whips Richter back into the ring and climbs to the top rope. Richter gonna try for that death jump. Doesn't get it. Richter able to move out of the way, get her knees up as Vivian Vachon looked like she was coming off the top rope for something, but it's unclear as to what. But it doesn't matter because it doesn't work. Wendy Richter is now in control of this one. Tries for a cradle submission on Vivian Vachon. Vachon able to get to the ropes, and Richter shoots an arm drag and takes her down. Vachon able to roll through, gets back to her feet real quick, and grabs and trips Richter and applies a step over toe hold. And I did it again with the Wendy Richter is in trouble now. Richter, target is 4, and the roll is a 4. So with the step over toe hold, Vivian Vachon has defeated Wendy Richter. I would like to record the outcome of the match. Thank you. Wendy Richter via step over toe hold. We'll say that one was a 1-star match. It wasn't an amazing match. Vivian Vachon really kind of dominated that one. And here is the Battle of the Oklahomans. Bill Watts, Danny Hodge. Going at it. Danny Hodge gets a bonus against junior heavyweights, which Bill Watts is not. Bill Watts is a giant of a man. And I don't believe that... Yeah, Danny Hodge gets no bonuses at all. And here we go, where they're going to lock up in the center of the ring. And Bill Watts overpowers Danny Hodge, takes control here. Tries for a big knee lift. And this is an agility move. Hodge is obviously the quicker of the two men, so that is not going to work. And Danny Hodge trips Watts as he tries to knee lift him, puts Watts down, grabs him, and handstand knee drops on Bill Watts. Watts is dazed here as both men back to their feet. Hodge tries a quick drop toe hold. Watts able to counter it, steps out of the way, And Watts now in control. Wild punches on Danny Hodge. Hodge is dazed as those punches they're not measured enough to connect solidly. And Watts once again tries for the knee lift, and Danny Hodge able to get out of the way. Hodge going to try picking him up for an airplane spin. Definitely not going to be a power move here, as Bill Watts has a -3 power. It's going to be agility, so it's going to work on a 10 or less. And on a roll of 7, he is successful in picking Watts up and spinning him around and slamming him to the mat. But Watts able to get back to his feet there. And Danny Hodge throws some boxing jabs at Bill Watts. Those connect. See, that's how you do it, Bill. Don't throw them wildly. Throw them measured. Watts was hurt there. We're going to go for another airplane spin that's going to be 10 or less for the level 2 airplane spin. He gets it. And Watts once again put to the mat. He's hurt. And he's back to his feet. And then Danny Hodge grabs both legs, trips him down, and applies a Boston Crab on Bill Watts. Watts is down. He's fighting it off, but he's not quite able to get him to tap. Watts reaches the ropes and breaks the hold. Danny Hodge climbs to the top rope while Watts is nursing the Boston Crab, tries to come off with a diving knee smash. Watts able to roll out of the way, and Danny Hodge hits nothing but mat here, as Bill Watts is in control now. Watts got Hodge with a pile driver here, and Danny Hodge is down. Bill Watts not going to throw Hodge out of the ring. Instead, he's going to atomic drop him. Danny Hodge is hurt here. Watts grabs the headlock and bulldogs him to the mat. Danny Hodge is hurt here. Bill Watts once again waits for him to get back up, grabs the headlock again, and bulldogs him to the mat. Danny Hodge continues to get back to his feet. Maybe more guts than brains here, as Bill Watts grabs a third headlock and bulldogs him to the mat. And this time he's staying down. He's going to go for the pin here. This is the target here is 3, and the roll is a 6, so Danny Hodge able to kick out, but Bill Watts in control here. This time he's going to throw Hodge out of the ring, and Hodge is able to get up, take a short breather, and get back in, but Watts swarms him as soon as he's back in the ring. Oop! And that's Watts rolling on level 3, not Hodge. So Watts grabs him up, bounces him off the turnbuckle, and then slams him center of the ring with the Oklahoma Stampede. This is a +2 finisher, so the target is going to be 6. The roll is 7, so Danny Hodge just barely kicks out of the Oklahoma Stampede, and Bill Watts not going to death jump. Instead, he's going to wait for Hodge to get back to his feet, and then take him down with a chop block. And that's going to lead to Danny Hodge being on the mat there. That was a pretty vicious attack to the back of Hodge's knee. And Hodge is hurt. Bill Watts scoops him up and slams him down. Danny Hodge in trouble here. Bill Watts once again with that bulldogging headlock. And Hodge can't do much with it. And there's some measured punches by Bill Watts. And Danny Hodge blocks him. So Watts just took too long to throw his measured punch, and Hodge is able to see it coming from a mile away. Danny Hodge grabs an arm bar on Bill Watts. This is a choice B move, so into the turnbuckle or a level 2 move. Watts has an A turnbuckle, so we're going to try the level 2 move because it's going to work on 9 or less. And with a roll of 4, it works. So he's got that arm bar applied, and Bill Watts is dazed. Still working that arm bar is Danny Hodge. He needs 9 or less. He's got it. And Watts is hurt here as Danny Hodge continues to apply pressure to that arm bar. And Hodge takes him down with the arm bar and then transitions into a Boston Crab here. And he's got him. And Watts got nowhere to go. Center of the ring. Hodge really wrenching on that Boston Crab. Target is going to be 2 here. And the roll is a 4. So Bill Watts able to throw Hodge off of him. But Danny Hodge is now in control of this match solidly. Big abdominal stretch by Danny Hodge. And Watts, once again, center of the ring. Nowhere to go, not near the ropes. Target is going to be 3, roll is a 9, so Bill Watts able to counter that. Hip tosses him out, but Danny Hodge able to get back to his feet before Danny Hodge able to get back to his feet before Bill Watts, and he reapplies that abdominal stretch. This time Watts able to get to the ropes, but Danny Hodge scoops him up and tries for an airplane spin. This is going to be 10 or less for a level 2 airplane spin. He gets it. But Watts able to slide out the back there and connect with some wild punches on Danny Hodge. Hodge able to block a lot of those punches, though. And Hodge in control now. Hodge grabs Bill Watts, scoops him up, and tries for a backbreaker. But Watts isn't going anywhere. Watts is not leaving the mat. Danny Hodge pushed off by Bill Watts, and Watts picks him up and atomic drops him. Danny Hodge is hurt here as Watts hits with another big chop block, and that's going to put Danny Hodge down on the mat for Bill Watts as he scoops him back up, charges him into the buckle, bounces him off, and then slams him in the center of the ring with that Oklahoma Stampede a second time. This is a level 2 finisher, so this is going to be a target of 7. And the roll is a 9. So once again, Danny Hodge able to kick out. And Bill Watts continues his attack. Watts not going to death jump Danny Hodge. Instead, he's going to hit some repeated stomps on Danny Hodge. Hodge is down here. Going to throw Hodge out of the ring. Danny Hodge, once again, short breather, but quickly rolls back in. Bill Watts is able to continue his attack here, throwing him out of the ring again. Let's roll on the out of the ring again chart that we have for, I believe that this was made by Dave Little. It's certainly where I saw it, is on Dave's channel. This is the second time they're going out, so we'll add a +1 to the chart modifier, and we'll go ahead and roll on the out of the ring again chart. And the roll was a 7. So play as normal using the standard out of the ring chart. So Hodge goes out of the ring here. And it's a wild brawl. Both wrestlers are fighting outside the ring. Both wrestlers are ignoring the referee here. And Watts is not DQ'd. And Hodge is not DQ'd. So now, roll 1 die to see who wins the brawl. And it's an even roll, so that's going to be Danny Hodge surprisingly best Bill Watts in a brawl outside the ring. He plants Watts' face into the ring apron and rolls him back in. And now, Danny Hodge with the Oklahoma side roll on Bill Watts. Both men have an Oklahoma-based finisher. And this is a +1 finisher. So that is going to be a target of 5. And a roll of 8, so Bill Watts able to kick out here. As Danny Hodge continues his attack, Indian Deathlock on Bill Watts. Watts is down, but he's near the ring, or near the ropes. He's going to grab the ropes and roll out of the ring. And Bill Watts can't get much done, takes a short breather, tries to loosen up those legs. But as soon as he's back in the ring, Hodge is all over him with another Oklahoma side roll. Target is going to be 6, and the roll is a 7. So Bill Watts, once again, able to kick out. And once again, Hodge follows up the Oklahoma side roll with the Indian Deathlock. And that's going to be a pin or a submission attempt as well, as that Indian Deathlock is in the center of the ring. Watts can't reach the ropes this time. Target is going to be 6. Roll is a 6. So Danny Hodge with an Indian Deathlock has defeated Cowboy Bill Watts. I did not expect Hodge to win that match, actually. I expected it to be close, but I definitely expected a win for Watts there. So Indian Deathlock is how that one went down. Watts would have had 5 and Hodge had 3, so that's a 4-star match. That was a pretty solid match. 20 minutes and 42 seconds was the time of the match. So not too bad. And now we are on to our main event, which is Rick Rude with his manager Bobby Heenan facing off against the Crusher. And Rick Rude and the Crusher are in the ring. Let's get to the action. And Rick Rude wins the lockup here. And Rude tries for a bear hug. This is a power move. You're not going to be trading power with the Crusher. And the Crusher easily able to punch his way out of that one. And the Crusher grabs Rude. Atomic drops him. But Rude able to just kind of roll out of the back there. And lands on his feet behind the Crusher. And he pushes the Crusher into the turnbuckle. And Rick Rude runs in and kicks him in the gut, taking advantage of the Crusher's vulnerable position there. Rude nails a swinging neck breaker, trying to soften him up for that rude awakening. As he goes for the cover here, target is 2, roll is a 6, so the Crusher able to kick out with ease there. And Rick Rude continues his attack here, climbing to the top rope and delivering a sledgehammer off the top on the Crusher. And that puts the Crusher down, but too close to the ropes for comfort as the Crusher rolls out of the ring. And as it is in every Crusher match, a wild brawl erupts on the outside of the ring. And this is a ring rating roll here. And the Crusher has the better ring rating, so he is going to take advantage of this brawl and just punch the crap out of Rick Rude and roll him back into the ring. The Crusher's in control now. Applies that stomach claw onto the iron abs of Rick Rude. Rude is hurt. Could have been a lot worse if Rude didn't have such spectacular abs. And the Crusher drops the elbow on Rick Rude. And Rude is down. Rude gonna leave the ring and counsel with Bobby Heenan here. And the Crusher tries to come out of the ring. Bobby Heenan distracts the Crusher, and Rude comes up and pushes him head first into the ring post. Let's roll one die to see if he busts him open here. Even roll, so the Crusher is already bleeding here as he was smacked into the ring post by Rick Rude. And now Rude rolls the Crusher back in and is on the attack here. Rick Rude grabs a camel clutch on the Crusher. And the Crusher able to get to the ropes, break the camel clutch. And Rude instead moves to the sleeper. And once again gets to the ropes. And this time he's going to leave the ring again. And once again a big wild brawl happens. The referee getting sick of this, threatening to disqualify both guys. Neither guy seems to care. Rude is not disqualified. The Crusher is not disqualified. And now we're rolling one die to see who wins. And it's the Crusher who wins the brawl on the outside and rolls Rude back into the ring. And the Crusher takes control. And the Crusher rams Rude into the ring post. If he hits this, I will do a roll for Rude to see if he busts him open. He can either hit him into the ring post and then do a death jump, or he can do a level 3 into the turnbuckle post on a 7 or less. He's going to do the death jump. So we're going to roll, because he's going to blast him into the turnbuckle post regardless. So he didn't bust him open. Now he's going to do the death jump. And Rick Rude is hit with a big move, so Crusher comes off the top with a big sledgehammer off the top. And he's rolling his attack here. Crusher grabs Rude, pitches him out of the ring. Crusher comes out, grabs a ringside chair, and is rolling. He smacks Rude with it. And he's not disqualified. So Crusher on the attack now. And Crusher rolls him back in the ring and winds up with that Crusher Bolo, that big wind-up punch there. +1 move here. He's got a target of 3, and the roll is a 6, so Rude able to kick out with ease here. And now the Crusher applies that Crusher Nelson. Target is 3, roll is a 9, so Rude able to kick out again. And the Crusher continues his attack, throwing Rick Rude out of the ring. And it's another wild brawl. The wrestler with the better ring rating, that's going to be Crusher. So Crusher beats the crap out of Rick Rude outside of the ring, scares off Bobby Heenan, and then throws Rude back in the ring and applies another Crusher Nelson. Target is 4, roll is a 2. I am going to allow Heenan to try to roll his distractor before the referee hits the 3 count. And that's a success. So Rick Rude has got another fatigue, but Heenan able to just barely distract the referee in time. And now the Crusher is pissed. Gonna bounce him into the ring post. We're gonna roll to see if he busts him open. And that busts open Rick Rude, so Rude is now bleeding. And he's gonna roll on the death jump chart. And once again, Crusher comes off the top with a big sledgehammer that hits Rude. Rude in trouble here, and Crusher pitches him out of the ring again. This time the referee steps in the middle there, prevents the Crusher from going out and presumably starting another wild brawl. Rude uses the opportunity to slide back in the ring, but the Crusher is right there. Blasts him with a big Crusher Bolo. Heenan's going to roll on his chart here. And Heenan attempts to give his wrestler a foreign object, but the opponent intercepts it. The opponent uses it and may be seen by the referee. So Heenan breaks up the pinfall and then tries to give Rude a foreign object. Crusher rolling his DQ as Crusher gets a hold of the foreign object. And Crusher's not disqualified. And so that was a rough one as Crusher blasts Rick Rude with the whatever Heenan gave it. It looks like either a roll of quarters or brass knuckles or something, but Crusher just blasted Rick Rude with it. And Rude is rolling his pin again. Target is 6. Roll is an 8, so Rude just barely able to kick out. But he is bleeding like a stuck pig now, and the Crusher is in control. And the Crusher applies a stomach claw on Rick Rude. Rude is down. He's still really trying to tear those marvelous abs off of Rick Rude with that stomach claw. Target is 7. Rude's got nowhere to go. Rude's abs save him again as the roll is a 9. And the Crusher continues his attack with another big Crusher Bolo. And the Crusher, target is a 9. And the roll is a 6. So just like that, the Crusher has defeated Rick Rude in our main event with the Crusher Bolo in a pretty wild match. Yes, I would like to record the outcome of that match. The Crusher has defeated Rick Rude with a Crusher Bolo. That was a 4-star match as well, as there was 8 fatigue tokens. And the time of the match was 15 minutes and 54 seconds. So that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. Man, the Crusher and Rude match was... It seemed like it was shorter than it actually was, and it was a wild one, so really enjoyable. Anyway, hopefully I'll be back with some NWC action next week. I just wanted to roll with some cards that I haven't used in a while, so this was a good excuse to do that. Thank you all for tuning in. Dave Little is doing Heartland Championship Wrestling over on his channel right after this, so if you're still here, definitely go watch that. He actually rolls on a tabletop with dice and cards instead of using a digital application, so it's a lot of fun to watch. So go watch that, check it out, and I will see you next week.